Alright guys, this is my 120-day body transformation from skinny fat to ripped. So I hope you guys enjoy. So as you guys saw that transformation, I'm really happy with how far I've come in my progress towards being fit. I was always that skinny kind of guy, but I never really figured out how to work out properly and diet properly until this year actually. So basically it all started with, you know, what did I want from my body based off the previous picture that I showed, the before. And basically what I told myself was, I wasn't that specific, but I did say I, one, wanted a six-pack, and then two, I wanted just very high energy levels throughout the whole day for the longest amount of time. So what did I do now, and how did I get there in terms of working out and lifting? So the number one thing that I switched from was going from isolation to compound exercises. So the difference between the two is that isolation mainly just focuses on one muscle group, and then compound exercises uses multiple muscle groups. So I don't know if you guys have heard about what they call the big three. It is essentially, what they're talking about is bench press, deadlift, and squats. So those are the three main things that I started to focus on. So the first thing I had to do was I had to learn properly on how to do these compound exercises. So how did I learn these? So a few different ways on how I learned them. So the first one was I would go to my gym, which is Good Life, and whenever the personal trainers weren't busy, or there was somebody that had like a physique that I really wanted or thought that was really nice, I would honestly go up to them and I would say, hey, I'm doing this exercise, I don't know if I'm doing it properly, do you mind just showing me the proper form? And I kid you not, out of maybe if I say I did it like 10 times, I never got turned down once. So that is definitely one thing that I used and I would recommend for people to do in order to learn how to work out properly. And then the type of, so I did a lot of compound exercises and then barely no isolation exercises. Like, second thing I did was, well, I did a 5-day split. So I did chest and back on Monday, I did legs and shoulders on Tuesday, then I did mobility. I actually do a class that my gym hosts and it's called Body Flow, and it is a mix of Tai Chi and yoga. So it was really good for my flexibility and mobility, and I would do that once a week. And then, so even before that, on the topic of flexibility and mobility, another reason why I wasn't able to do all the exercises such as bench press, squat, deadlift is because I wasn't even mobile enough to do those range of movements. So my body used to be so tight and I wouldn't be able to do many of the exercises properly. So that was another reason why I never gained muscle, or it gained muscle in the first week, was because I didn't know how to do, my body was too tight to even do these exercises properly. So that was one thing I needed to switch, And last year actually is when I started stretching every morning for a period of time for 3 months. And then that actually helped me so much with just everything, just learning how to, just in terms of my workouts and just being loose and not just being so uptight and stiff everywhere I went and everywhere I went. And then I also did, so that's what I did for mobility and flexibility. And then I also did fasted cardio in the morning. So for the past 4 months, I'd average about 4 to 5 runs in the morning, right when I wake up. And then I went for around a 20-minute jog / run. And then, yeah, that is what also helped me get down to 11% body fat. Another tool that I used on how I learned how to work out properly was I would use tons of YouTube videos, just being like, how to bench press properly, or what is a caloric deficit, how to get a 6-pack, or and all that stuff. And you know, so much good information and so much good content that I took. Just bits and little pieces from each source, and then I tried incorporating all of that into my everyday routine. And then also on the topic of social media and YouTube, I also use Twitter and Instagram a lot to help me get little tips and insights on how to work out properly. So on Instagram, there are so many amazing pages that give amazing free content on how to work out and how to diet properly. And all I did was look up, you know, on the search page, top fitness pages, top health tips, and then you'd see a bunch of them come up, and then I'd follow a few, and then every day whenever I'm scrolling through my feed, I'd be able to see little tips here and there on how to work out properly. And I think that made such a big difference in my progress, and it continues to give me progress in growing and working out now. So those were all the things that I did in terms of working out on how I got to 11% body fat, and basically how I got ripped. And so now, since I figured out how to work out, the other thing that I really had to change was my diet. And to sum it up on what I did for my diet was, I was previously on a high carb, medium protein, low to no veggies, and low to no fat diet. And then what I switched it to was a medium carb, higher protein, high veggies, and lots of fats type of diet. So what I would mainly eat was chicken breast, ground beef, and eggs. And then for my carbs, you know, instead of 2 pieces of toast, I would only do 1 piece of toast. And instead of a full bagel, I would do half a bagel. And then a lot of the mornings, I would try and avoid carbs as my first meal. That is what I did in terms of my diet. And I also incorporated intermittent fasting, so I would eat in a 8-hour window, usually between 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then I would fast 16 hours, which is the rest of the day. And I did that for 120 days, and that's how I got down to 11% body fat. I'm gonna be making a video on specifically all the little things that I did, such as diet, intermittent fasting, and all that stuff. So stay tuned and like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like that and on self-development. Thank you.